Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining us today. Today's webinar will be about Enhance Your Art with Bold Colors and Textures in Clip Paint, presented by Kiki. Before we begin the webinar, there are some housekeeping items that we'd like to go through. The webinar will be approximately 1 hour long. All attendees will be muted. There will be a Q&A session during the last 15 minutes of the webinar. Attendees can ask questions in the GoToWebinar question box right away. Due to time constraints, not all the questions will be answered. This webinar will be recorded, and the recording will be shared via email and also through social media to all registrants and attendees. The panelists for this webinar are Mario Quiñones, myself, and Kiki. For those of you who connect with us for the very first time or have never heard about Clip Paint, Clip Paint is your all-in-one solution for stunning, ready-to-publish illustrations, comics, manga, and animations. Learn more at clipstudio.net/n and graphicsly.com. Also, we'd like you to interact with us live in this webinar using your Instagram stories. Tag us as #webinar at CandyKiki, art at Graphicsly, at Wacom, and at Clip Studio Official. Kiki, Candy Kiki Art, is a freelance artist based in Poland. After getting a college degree in journalism and social communication, she started her path to become a professional artist. As she started relatively late, her goal is to encourage others to follow their dreams and trust their intuition. Her biggest motivators are two cats, Luna and Fredzia, and a dog, Woofie. So with that, I will leave you with Kiki and her presentation, Enhance Your Art with Bold Colors and Textures in Clip Paint. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mario. Okay, hi everybody. Thank you so much for having me today. I'm really happy to spend this amazing hour with you, and I'm extremely grateful for everybody who showed up. Before we start, I want to apologize in advance for every grammar mistake and weird mispronunciation, as English is not my first language, and I'm super nervous, but I promise I'll do my best. If you don't know me, hi, I'm Candy Kiki, Kiki for short. This is me. Oh no, wait. Yeah, this is better. This is me in all my glory with my inseparable little friends and coffee in my hand. I'm a freelance artist and I definitely can't say I was born with a pencil in my hand. After I got my college degree in journalism and social communication, I knew my heart belonged somewhere else. I started to draw a lot. I took online courses and I was just insanely motivated to improve my skills. I fell in love both with digital and traditional art, starting with my manga style and making tons of chibi, and finishing with my current semi-realistic style through which I want to share my happiness and gratitude with other people. And I want to encourage others that even if you start a little bit late, like me, you should follow your dreams and intuition. That's why before we start, I want to share with you my favorite quotes. The first one is, comparison is the thief of joy. So please, please, please don't compare yourself to other people. Everybody grows at different rates. Take inspiration from other artists, but focus on your own journey and unique path. Everybody is different, and this is what makes this world beautiful. My second favorite quote is, the secret of your future is hidden in your daily routine. And I love my art routines. Nothing happens overnight, right? Persistence is the key, so keep drawing, keep exploring, and having fun with art. I promise you that I never stop drawing, and I hope you can promise me the same. Okay, so we've got a deal, right? With that being said, let's jump to our fascinating topic. less.
Hi,
Number
Kiki.
3, yes.
Sorry, I think we lost your audio for a few seconds. Can you go back like 20 seconds about what you were explaining?
Okay, number 1 or number 2?
Number 1.
Okay, thank you. So number 1, creating a mood board and quick sketching process with thumbnails. Number 2, picking colors and color theory in a nutshell. And I know it sounds super boring, but we have to talk about it. And I promise I'll make it quick and painless. Number 3, adding textures and fun shapes. And number 4, adding final touches with Clip Studio Paint effects. So as you can see here, I'm gonna skip the whole rendering section because not only it is extremely boring for viewers, but I would have to expand this presentation for, I don't know, 4 hours at least, and I'm pretty sure you would hate me after this session. So yeah, okay, I'm ready. I hope you are ready too. So I encourage you to grab your pen, cup of tea or coffee and join me in this session because drawing together is super fun. And it's amazing that we can draw together in a live session, right? Connecting from all over the world. My gosh, I still can't believe it. Okay, so first of all, we have to start with our sketching process. And depending on my mood, I start my sketches either with my hard glide brush. So I'm gonna show you here. Or with some textured pencil like this. So you can actually see that it looks awesome. And you can find it in the Clip Studio Paint Asset Store. There are many pencils and cool textures, so you have to check it. And I thought that for today's session, we can do something fun. As you can see, I made this mood board, which you can download from the link in my bio on Instagram. So I'm gonna show you very quickly. It's gonna be our secret, okay? And if you click on Graphics the Webinar Top Secret, you're gonna pop into my folder on Google Drive. Okay, so about the mood board. Because we want to work with textures and colors, I was aiming for something with a lot of depth and playful shapes. When you explore an idea, creating a mood board is such a great way to expand your mindset. You can add everything from fun poses to interesting colors, unusual shapes, or even a beautiful landscape like you can see here with the clouds, or maybe here. So of course I have to add also something from Lois because this is my favorite artist and I just have to get inspired by her. Okay, so first of all, let's make maybe 3 thumbnails. Let's start with my pencil sketch. Quick rectangles, so maybe 2 vertical and 1 horizontal. Okay, so let's make maybe, let's write down some words. Let's brainstorm a little bit. So I think about clouds. And maybe flowy hair, so very dynamic lines. Starlight. So of course also stars and moon. What else? What about her expression? Of course, I want to create something happy and fun, so let's do it. Let's write happy, calm. And of course, I have to add freckles, so maybe star freckles. It should be fun. Okay, I wish I could hear you guys because you probably have so many great ideas, but we have to stick with mine. Okay, so let's go. The first one. Let's look at my mood board, and I'm gonna start maybe with this pose. So you can sketch with me if you want to. And I'm gonna do some quick lines. I'm really bad at talking and sketching, so my brain doesn't connect with my hand. So now I have to be quiet for a little bit. So I want this big hair. And what about her clothes? Maybe like a princess. So big puffy sleeves. It's too small. Okay. Maybe some raindrops. I don't know. So the next one, maybe a bigger head. We'll start with a circle. So as you can see, I really don't care about details now. I want to find the flow and maybe some dreamy compositions. Okay, let's make flowy hair. So star. And big puffy sleeves again. So maybe she's a princess or a queen. I don't know. Okay. And for the horizontal one, maybe let's do a profile. And I really like this photo. I love her hair, so let's try to do the same. Long neck. Maybe a moon hiding behind her hair. Okay, I don't know, just for fun. So now we've got 3 thumbnails, and remember that you have to feel comfortable with the brush or pencil of your choice. And yeah, if you are unhappy with the workflow, it's gonna show up in the drawing too. So remember, happy artist equals happy art. Okay, so what do we think? Number 1, number 2, or number 3? Let's go with number 2. So now we have to pick colors, right? And I know there are 2 types of people. Those who pick their colors intuitively and hoping for the best, or those who very carefully plan every shade before putting them on the canvas. And I think most of us are probably both, depending on the day. because sometimes we just want to create without overthinking every step. But if you struggle with colors, I really encourage you to try different color palettes, experiment with hues, use dark background instead of light one, maybe try a new lighting scene. Because the one thing I've learned about myself is when I stick too much to my workflow and I think I do everything in the best way possible, there's no room left to improve. So I really need to get my creative juice flowing to expand my comfort zone and see improvement. So yeah, don't be scared of trying new things, especially when you work with your thumbnails. It's time for you to try different things. So once again, I'm gonna take this one. And if you want to check your colors, okay, before we do this, I want to talk a little bit about color theory. And please don't hate me. It's gonna be super quick. So first one, okay, few things. So we've got 4 main color harmonies. The first one is complementary, when 2 colors are on opposite sides of the color wheel. This combination provides a high contrast and is great for dynamic and strong composition. So for example, we've got blue and yellow or green and pink. There are beautiful examples. The next one is analogous. So we've got 3 colors side by side on the color wheel. And this is a little bit too much sometimes. So to balance this color scheme, choose one dominant color and use the others as accents. And here we've got some purple, pink, and red. And this is a beautiful sunset. The next one is with brown, beige, and orange. Next one is monochromatic. This is basically 3 shades, tones, and tints of one base color. Provides a very subtle color combination, great for softer, dreamy illustrations. So here we've got some greens and oranges. And the last one, which is triadic, I hate this word, which are colors that are evenly spaced on the color wheel. And we've got very high contrast. It can be versatile, but also dangerous. So as you can see with this photo, is basically a RGB palette. So 3 primary colors. Okay. And also having in mind that you can pick from cold or warm colors is also super helpful. If you choose a lot of warm colors, you can balance the whole image with a hint of blue, for example, in your shadows. And that's it. I hope you don't hate me yet. So now when we've got this in mind, I prepared some colors combination. And now you've got like, I don't know, 30 seconds to guess which is which. So we've got analogous, complementary, and monochromatic. So it's super easy, and I know you are great with colors. So here we've got blue, orange, and yellow. Here we've got blue, purple, and pink. And this one is super easy because, as you can see, we've got all the blues. Oh, you can even see it. Okay, so very quickly, the first one is, of course, complementary. The second one is analogous, which is also crazy word, and I don't know how to say it properly, and I don't know how to write it now. Okay, and the third one is monochromatic. Okay, so I really like the first one, complementary. And I think we can go with the flow with this. So after I choose my sketch, the next step is to make a cleaner line work. So I'm gonna prepare my sketch. Where is it? This one? Copy, paste, make it bigger so it can fit our canvas. Okay, and now new layer. With this one, we have to lower the opacity. And now with the hard glide, so this is my favorite pen. It's very easy. It's very simple. And now I'm gonna make a cleaner sketch. I don't like to do line art because I've done it too many times when I was drawing in anime style and it was super boring. It took so much time. So now I want to just guide my eyes to more important lines. So I'm gonna do the second sketch on top on my lines. As you can see, I'm very messy with this process because I don't need this super clean line art. And again, my brain doesn't want to connect with my mouth. So I have no idea what I'm saying right now. Okay, quickly, because we have to do so many things today. Star. Okay. So this is what I need. And if you turn off this one, you've got some cleaner lines. Okay, and now if you want to make base colors, we've got them here. So let's start with the background. And remember to set your layer with lines on multiply so you can see them. And maybe do some gradient. And also remember, if you pick gradient tool, to set it on foreground to transparent. So you've got these very soft edges. Okay. Next, I'm gonna take my selection tool. And let's add colors to our character. And now create new layer. Pick another color. And now fill it with white. So remember, if you want to clip the layer to the layer below, you have to click the first one here. And it's gonna do like a masking layer. And her outfit. Okay, so now I'm gonna cheat a little bit because we don't have that much time. So I've got my base here. I'm sorry about it, but we need to add some textures, right? So first of all, I'm gonna quickly add some color variation here and there. So for example, I'm gonna take her hair and add maybe pink color underneath. Okay. Some blush on her cheeks. And lips. Okay. I'm gonna add some eyeshadows to match her outfit. Maybe the pink one. Okay, so now I'm gonna take my clouds brushes. So I've got this one, thick cloud brush, but you can actually download some from the assets library, the assets store. There are plenty of them. So let's put some interesting strokes on her hair. Let's make it fun and interesting. Make it more fluffy and magical. And this is also a brush that I really love. So it's wet oil edges and it's got this cool texture. So it's great to add some volume or some strokes. Okay. Okay, next. You're running out of time. Okay, so now we have to add some shadows. And of course, I'm gonna cheat again. So this is our base. And now with the shadows. So first of all, where is our lighting source? Of course, it's gonna be a star. So first of all, we have to add some shadows on the right side of her face and clothes and hair. So yeah, we've got our star. And also I want to add glow to the star. And with the selection tool, you can click this option, which is great. It's called blur border, and you can set it to 100 or 200. And you've got this really soft edges. So it's great if you want to add glow. It's gonna be super fun. Now I'm gonna check some options on this layer. Maybe overlay. No. Maybe glow dodge. Oh, too much. Color dodge. Screen. Yeah, so we've got many options here. I like this one. Okay, if you want, you can add this one more time. So maybe even bigger with 300. And like this. Okay, so now for the fun part. Remember to put all your layers in one folder, except your background layer. And now we can copy and paste. In case you make some mistakes and you want to go back a few steps, you've got the copy, so it's always great. And now we can merge everything together. So we've got this on one layer. And with this, everything seems so much more intuitive because it's basically a painting and you won't get lost in your drawing process and your layers. So yeah, it's so much better. And now I'm gonna show you how to add cool effects. So first we have to turn off the background. So we've got only our character. And let's copy and paste this one. And we've got something that is called auto action. And this is chromatic aberration. And I love this effect because it looks like this 3D photo or something like this. So yeah, let's double click it. We can merge it. Turn on our background. Okay, so you can see it here, for example, on her hair without chromatic aberration and with. So it's really great way to enhance your drawings. Okay. And if you feel wild, you can also add another one, which is, I don't know Japanese, but I know that this is paper texture. So I'm gonna show you how to use it. Let's copy paste another layer. And now with this one. So we've got this grainy texture. And we can lower the opacity. And now you can see it in her eyes, for example. So it's also really great if you want something more interesting. Okay. Okay, 10 minutes. Oh my, what we have to do now? Okay, so another one, we need to do some shadows. And yeah, I'm thinking if I should miss this one, skip this one, because what about the time? Okay, let's start with this one. So I don't want to show you the rendering stage because it's, like I said, very boring, but I'm gonna show you in quick, simple moves. So I'm gonna take my hard glide, which is my favorite brush for rendering. I'm gonna pick some colors from my character. And on this layer, I'm gonna pick some spots. And very slowly, very carefully now, I'm adding some shadows or highlights. So this really feels like a painting, like traditional art. So bit by bit, I just try to make it better. Too much. Okay, so next thing I want to show you, it's one of my favorite tools, which is of course Liquify, and it's great if you are struggling with proportions. You can make it better. So for example, I think maybe we can make her face look better. Something like this. Maybe it's too little too big. So I'm gonna change it. This is such a fun tool. Maybe bigger nose. Check it. So yeah, you've got a couple of modes. You can expand, you can pinch, you can push. So just have fun with this and see what's the best for your drawing right now. Okay, so the next thing I want to show you is at this stage, I really want to add some outlines. So for example, I'm gonna take another layer, set it to multiply, and now I'm gonna outline her eyes, her nose, her facial features. So I'm gonna do it right now. Eyebrows. So now you have to ask yourself, what is the most important thing on your drawing? So for example, for me is her face, her eyes, her expression. I want to make her look cute. I'm thinking about adding some stars on her face. Or maybe in her eyes too. It's gonna be super fun. So let's do it. Okay, I'm gonna take white and add little stars. Maybe add some eyelashes. Okay. So this is like putting makeup on her face, to be honest. It's super satisfying. And now some outlines of her face. If it's too harsh for you, of course, you can lower the opacity again. Oh my God, we don't have time. How is it possible? Okay, so very quickly, I'm gonna add some stars tattoo on her cheeks. And maybe yellow. And as we're talking about some cool brushes, I'm gonna show you one of my favorite, which is Skin Freckles, and just look how fun is it. It is. So I'm gonna set it to multiply and just add some freckles. Let's see, maybe some darker freckles. Okay. Okay, so I like to finish my illustrations with some fun brushes or just quick lines around my character. And I also check saturation and levels and just look for the best results. So when you've got the background, I'm just gonna take the line art brush and just have fun with some lines. Like this. Maybe some little stars in the background too. Okay, so now I'm gonna jump to the last stage. So as you can see, it's the finished drawing. And yeah, oh my gosh, I thought 45 minutes would be enough, but of course it wasn't. There's so much I still want to show you. So yeah, what can we do? I know. let's watch the whole process together maybe, because Clip Studio Paint has this amazing time-lapse recording, so you can watch your process, the whole process. Where is it? Here it is. Okay. So we've got the sketch, second sketch, base colors, some texture brushes and fun effects, shading, lighting, rendering, rendering, and rendering. Oh gosh, it took so long. Yeah, still rendering. Liquify, adding some outlines, some stars in her eyes, freckles, fun strokes. And yeah, that's it. Look how easy. Okay, so yeah. Oh, I hope you had fun and you learned something new today. Thank you so much for supporting me and sharing this fun experience. So yeah, Mario, I think I'm done.
Well, thank you so much, Kiki. This has been an amazing presentation, and people loved your webinar. We asked from which part of the world were you watching us today? So thank you so much to Taijin from Houston, Megan from Central Texas, Sarah from Iran, Mila from Spain, Raven from Germany, Raymond, California, Eniola, Nigeria, Natalie, Chile. Well, there was somebody also from Poland, like Bart. So thank you all. Some nice comments as well. Bart said Kiki is such an amazing artist.
Oh, thank you so much.
So cool that you can do it so fast. It takes me days to do anything fairly decent, says Diane. Another comment, let me check. Loving the webinar, Robin. So once again, thank you all for joining us live and also for sharing your Instagram stories. We've been sharing your Instagram stories at Graphicsly account. So let's go with some questions. For example, Luisa, she says, first, I understand the color theory, but I can't apply it to my artwork. Have you ever run into this problem? How did you solve it?
Yes, of course. So to be honest, color theory is such a big topic. So I always try to come up with a couple of ideas. So just explore. So maybe change the color. So this is why thumbnailing is so important, because you've got this freedom to just, throw some colors and check it if they look great, if they just I don't know, you've got this feeling that either it's okay or you just want to throw it away and forget about it. So just go with your intuition and go with the flow. This is the best advice.
Another question from Ines. Hello, I wanted to ask, what motivates you when you are having an art block? Thank you so much.
An art block?
Yep.
Oh my. So I'm gonna go back with my quote, because I think this is something that can help. So our daily routines, and this is something that I do for about 2 years now. So I try to experiment every day. So I make some sketches, try some different mediums, maybe color pencils, paints. So if you stuck with digital art, you can try something new, maybe with paints, washes, or watercolors. So always remember to have fun with art, because it's the main thing. If you are a creative person, it will always spark this joy in you. So try to to look for even like 15 minutes every day, and it's really a beautiful thing if you can just find some time in your day to sketch, to draw, to explore this beautiful journey.
Another repeated question was about where to find the liquify tool.
Oh, liquify. It's on the panel here. So you've got all the tools and this one, and you can change it. So we've got different modes, and you can push, expand, you can pinch. So everything that you need, to be honest. You can look here. So if the face is too big, you can just pinch it. Oh, at this one, like this. If it's too small, you can expand it. You can move some things. So it's everything that you need.
And another question was, which is your favorite tool? Is it the liquifying tool, or do you have another secret tool that you find most useful for your illustrations?
Secret tool, I wish. Yeah, it can do everything. No. It's hard to say. I think the best is liquify and selection tool. So if you use the brush just to, you know, like fill up the space like this. So you've got the small brush and you're trying to make some shadows. Where is my brush? Like this. It's not really fun. So maybe try to take selection and just work with gradients. You can do some very interesting shapes, and it's a lot faster. So maybe I would pick selection tool because it's great.
Okay, another question from Noor. Which is the resolution you work, or what's your page size that you usually utilize for your artworks?
Okay, so about my canvas, usually I pick A3, so it's 3,500 pixels on almost 5,000, so it's quite big. But for today's session, I worked on A5, so very small one. So yeah, it depends. Try to work on bigger canvases because it's better if you want to print your artworks or just put it in your portfolio. So yeah, for me it's A3.
And another question was, which is your favorite brush? And also if you use the Clip Studio Paint Asset Store to download brushes?
Yes, I use it a lot, and really this is such a full feature in Clip Studio Paint, the asset store, because there are so many things. It's crazy. You've got brushes, you've got textures, you've got effects. So yeah, everything that you want to find in software like this. So for me, it would be this one. So it imitates oils, and it's got these fun edges. I love thick cloud brush, so everything that looks like clouds is also super fun. And pencils, so we've got some mechanical pencils with textures, and like this one. So look at this. I can't believe it that they've got so many different things. It's so fun. It really feels like traditional media, and it's great.
Well, another question from Martha. Hi Kiki, you're amazing. Do you have a favorite color palette that you usually reach when you want to paint something to relax?
Yes, it would be pastel colors because I love this, you know, like dreamy, very magical, and pinks. I think yellows. So I really like these soft colors, but now recently I want to work with some higher contrast. So as you can see, I really aim to do some more saturated pieces like this, for example, or like this. So I really try to experiment and have fun with different color palettes.
Another question was, what makes you decided to go fully for illustration? I know you had another background, academic background. What was the key point that made you decide to go fully on illustration?
Oh, it's a great question. So I think it was this one day because I was teaching English in school, in private school. And this one day, I remember that I was sketching something in my sketchbook and I just felt so happy, like really, really happy. I wanted to cry because it was just this happiness that was inside me. And I knew that I want to do everything that's in my power to make it like my daily basis. So I don't have to worry that I'm gonna do something that makes me uncomfortable or makes me just not this really joyful, happy person that I want to be every day. So yeah, it brings me so much happiness to just play with art. I think that was it for me, this one moment in my life.
Mhm. Well, we're glad because you really inspired many, and well, people continue sending readings and thank you for this webinar. It's an inspiration for many. So another question here from Veronique. Hello, Kiki. Where do you find auto action and how do they work?
Yeah, so it's a great question. I think you can open it with the layer settings, but I can be wrong because it was some time. Was it here? Oh no. And now everybody knows that I'm a potato and I know nothing. Where can it be?
It's a little bit down below history.
Yeah, here it is. Oh my, I was so stressed. Okay, yeah, so we've got here and you can download it for the asset store and there are plenty of them. So like paper texture or chromatic aberration, which I talked about. So yeah, just go to the store and you find so many freebies, so you don't have to pay for them, don't worry. And they are great. So
Awesome.
every drawing here has this
Awesome.
texture. Yeah.
And it's funny, but Roberto and Michael ask similar questions about where do you learn from poses or anatomic poses. Do you have any sites, recommendations?
Yes, of course. So when I was drawing manga, it was funny because I didn't want to study anatomy because I was, you know, too smart for this, right? So if you draw manga, you can, without knowing how to do proper anatomy, do some poses that will look good. But yeah, I really recommend learning anatomy and poses. For example, from Proco on YouTube or Cynics, they are great. Or you can buy some books about it from Steve Hudson, I think. I can be wrong. But there are many things that you can gain the knowledge from. And one advice that I can give you, look for your favorite artists. Like for me, it's Loish. So she's got a Patreon page and there are so many tutorials and it's always funnier. It's always more, it makes me happy to learn from Loish because it's like an art idol for me. So look for your favorite artists, look for their tutorials, videos, and learn from your idols. It's such a great way.
Okay, that actually was going to be my last question. Any tips or any last word for anyone who's joining on this art world? So if you want to add anything else.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go back to my first quote, and this is something that is really close to my heart. So please, comparison is the thief of joy. Remember that even if you are a beginner, it's gonna be great. If you love it, just go with the flow. Show every day, open your sketchbook or your software, have fun, experiment, just do everything that's in your power to make it happen. And it's just a fun journey. So don't stress about it too much. And don't compare to others because it's a bad thing. You can be inspired, yes, but not like comparison. No, 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 no. That's my biggest advice.
So with those wise words, we're wrapping up the webinar. Thank you so much, Kiki, for this amazing presentation.
Thank you so much.
Thank you all who joined us live. Many of you asked if this webinar was going to be recorded, and yes, subscribe to our YouTube channels, Clip Studio Paint channel, and Graphicsly to get a notification once the video is available to watch. Also learn more about Clip Studio Paint at clipstudio.net/n and graphicsly.com. And for more information about Kiki, don't forget to follow her on her socials at Instagram, CandyKiki_art, Twitter, CandyKiki_. YouTube, also subscribe to her YouTube channel, CandyKiki Art, and her website, candykiki.com. So with that, thank you so much, Kiki, for this incredible presentation.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for supporting me. It was such a great day.
Thank you all who joined us from all over the world, and stay tuned for more webinars. So see you next time. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.